Hello, and welcome, toddler family. In the past few months, my fellow toddlers have been giving great insight and a couple of ways on how to deal with technical trading. I hope those videos have helped you a lot. In this edition, we are analyzing the importance of the fundamental side of the market. So, what is fundamental trading? Well, people state it as trading the news. Although it sounds right, it is not. Fundamental trading is trading on the impact of news around the world. Well, how's that different? Let's think of it this way. As a kid, one didn't fancy doing the dishes, but due to the reaction and the impact your parents have against you, you would certainly do the dishes. Thus, major related news events will have an implication on the market, hence, trading on the impact of the news. It is also a different way at looking at the market by analyzing related means such as economic, social, and political factors. An in-depth explanation would entail it is the study of macroeconomic indicators, which consist of the unemployment rate of a country, which can affect the currency of a country. We also have inflation rate, the GDP of the country, and housing data, commonly known as NFP by forex traders around the world. We also have economic growth and various news announcements, from natural disasters to, well, some presidential comments which can leave you scratching your head. These surprisingly have a slight impact on the forex market. Which brings me to my selected topic for this video, political events. And one of the major political events that happened recently was the French election, in which Emmanuel Macron won.
It is coming up to 8 o'clock here in Paris. The polls have closed around the country. 66,000 polling stations around the country are closing now, including the polls around the cities. And the BBC can now give you the early projections that show that Emmanuel Macron will be the next president of France.
A decisive win for Emmanuel Macron after what had been an anxious wait for his supporters who'd gathered at the Louvre in central Paris. Huge cheers greeted the first projected results.
With celebrations in France, the election would of course have some implications on the market, which could have either benefited you or totally ruined your entire week. Trust me, I would know. Anyway, the election affected almost all Europeans, with the Euro USD being the most volatile, as prices moved up by more than 20% post-election. Due to conflicting news reviews, it was predicted on most news feeds that Le Pen had the upper hand, which would cause a decline on the euro. However, the complete opposite happened. So how could one have at least tried to predict the outcome? Well, the thing about fundamental trading is you have to understand the outcome of the news and not only have one view of things. If one were to trade this event, you'd have to know all the possibilities that could occur. In the past few months, a Macron debate would ensure a euro gain, thus an insight that the euro is likely to increase if he wins, whereas it could decline if Le Pen won due to the Brexit talks. What I'm trying to say is, if you are a fundamental trader, it is important to follow the specific event for some time before entering a trade. Here are the implications of the election, and as you can see, there was a great gap after the event, which again I state could have made you a very happy or an insanely furious person. There are other events coming soon, which could cause some implications too. We have the legislative elections coming, on the 11th of June to be precise. And we have the German election later on in the year. These news events can be followed relatively anyway. It can be found on the internet and the sometimes forgotten newspaper. There are also various websites that you can find news on, such as investing.com or FX Daily. There are also TV shows that you can watch. On behalf of the Toddler family, we thank you for watching the video. And please be sure to subscribe and be on the lookout for the next toddler video coming soon.